want this entire group to get together and rally and give me one big chant. I'm just here for a baseball game.
There is no baseball game today, sir.
Well, I need to know why you're here.
My experience. My experience.
You can't tell. We want 50% of the airways.
The policy that's what I mean.
He has 90. He's crazy.
Can you expand on this?
No, not by the tribe.
Oh, it's the
Ronald Reagan. How come we don't have that because of your
No, I agree. That's the thing. The tribes have got money and they're plowing it in there. I totally agree. I just like
Gregoire though. So
as far as the election, as far as the
oh, she was a terrible attorney general too. Oh my God, she's bad. As far as the
election.
All right, what do you got? Well,
why are you invading my space?
I'm not invading anybody's space.
I turned around
This is
and
my
I
space. This is called the city sidewalk.
No, I turned around.
Are you with the network or?
No, he's some.
I'm with the Baldwin Pulio show.
Who?
The Baldwin Pulio show.
Is that some public channel?
Here's I just want to, my parting words to you is that on the Gregoire election, that is a myth. I heard Pino Rossi going around the state saying that they stole the election from me.
They did.
They got the venue they wanted with the U.S. attorney. Listen to me 1 minute.
When you
just
count
listen
votes
1 minute.
Legitimate.
1 minute. 1 minute. They got the venue they wanted. The Republicans did. The conservative judge they wanted in Okanagan. And the U.S. attorney was sitting in the audience with his people, because we're going to investigate this as fraud. And if that conservative judge said no, not only did Gregoire he didn't give me a minute. He didn't give me a minute.
Yeah, well, I'm here to finish breaking up the unions because union workers are lazy. What do you think about that? I work with union guys all day long.
Because Karl Rove thinks that there's political.
I got a nonpartisan issue.
Gregoire Warren. That is terrible. You're spreading a lie when you say that.
Everybody's lying. If you're looking at the media, you're going to hear a lie. It doesn't matter what station you watch.
That's what happened.
I'm not lying. I'm Baldwin Pulio. You can check me out on YouTube.
What tube are you on? What man?
I'm on the.
That's Ronald Reagan. That gives me a headache. Wow.
Hey, well, if you want to touch a shirt, you'll touch a shirt and you'll touch this gear. I bought this. This is authentic. 2 months ago at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library.
Really? Yeah, he was great. He was great. Things have really gotten great since he was president. Yes, sir.
He was the last.
When he took over, I had a job and I could support my family on a union carpenter's wages. And now, I got a nephew that can't even, with he and his wife both working, can't even afford medical insurance for himself. That's Ronald Reagan's legacy.
So I'm non-union and I'm working 12 hours overtime a week with union guys in the shop I work at, and
they're bringing you,
and they're having to work overtime, and they're getting slower and slower and lazier the union guys, because they don't like having to work overtime. Even though 4 of them got laid off already over the last 6 months, they're just slowing down. So is that what the union's all about? I mean, do you really want America, United States of America, to be like Europe, where we get a siesta at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Or do you like to work? That's my question.
I do like to work. I own a business. I employ several people. I employ dozens more as subcontractors. And, I do like to work. Work is my life. I don't take a lot of vacations. I don't have a lot of avocations, hobbies. But, I think that the people that work for me would be better represented, and we would all be better off if workers were organized in unions.
Workers were organized in unions.
You know what? My daughter was an illegal immigrant in the Netherlands. She had better medical care in the Netherlands as an illegal immigrant than she did in this country as a member of group health.
But that may be a fact. But my question is about your daughter. How much does she pay for a beer in the Netherlands? A pint of beer.
I don't know.
No, it's at least compared to American dollars is at least $9 for a pint of Budweiser.
Here's the deal: is people, the average citizen over there has a lot better life. It has a lot better existence than the average citizen in this country, because in this country we're under the thrall of right-wing Republicans, starting with Ronald Reagan.
Oh, you're trashing on Ronnie now. Tell me why. I need to know more.
Ronald Reagan was it's the same thing that we got here today. It's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. You know, Ronald Reagan was the great friend of the small businessman and the working man, and he basically parlayed racial resentments from affirmative action and resentments over taxes into a magnificent, electoral majorities and runaway elections, and then he screwed the working man. He totally screwed him. I was a self-employed businessman in '79, and under Jimmy Carter, I had a tax break on my Social Security. The average Social Security then was 9.6, I think, or 9.3 maybe. The self-employed businessman got a break. He paid 7.8% of his proceeds, of his income, to Social Security. Well, when Ronald Reagan came in, we're giving everybody tax cuts. Oh, isn't that wonderful? I had to drop back and join the union. So I was a union carpenter, and you know what? David Rockefeller and Richard Mellon Scaife and all these Republicans had been paying 72% of their taxes, 72% of their income in taxes, and they got cuts down to 28% under Ronald Reagan. I was a carpenter, and my taxes went from about 25 to 15, but that's on my net income. On my gross income,
I have two questions for you.
Social Security went from 9.6 to 15.3. It was the biggest tax hike in history.
I have two questions. I have two questions for you.
Then they started taking that money from Social Security that's supposed to be building up now.
Can I take the floor back for a second?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So why is Social Security gone? That's question number one. And question number two is, why aren't you just out working side jobs, carpentry, pounding nails and stuff like that? Why aren't you working side jobs, just word of mouth, this and that, and making a few bucks?
Well, you know what? Because